Hello, hello, and welcome to another week of Ancient Gaming. I'm Zilla.
I'm Tortoise.
And this is my cat, Freya. Will be joining us today for part 6 of my playthrough of Heaven's Vault, a game about grad school, roboticists, and epigraphy. So, if you're new to Ancient Gaming, welcome. This is a show where I play video games with ancient studies content and talk about that. I have 2 higher ed degrees in classical studies, ancient Greece and Rome, and I was specializing in, among other things, historical linguistics. So this game, we are a grad student in history who is deciphering an ancient language. And this is my jam. Tortoise is an expert on puzzle construction and has been keeping a log of the entries that we find. And also commenting on why certain choices were probably made and how the language was constructed and how we get around. So, as you can see, we have the story so far. Feel free to go back on my YouTube channel, Zilla's Athenaeum, and watch the rest. Story so far, Aaliyah, that's our character's search for the roboticist Janiki Renba ended at the wreckage of his ship. Renba was looking for an ancient observatory called the Vault, which he claimed could prevent a great darkness from overtaking the nebula. Perhaps other ancient sites, like the mysterious Withering Palace, mentioned by an ancient recording, will yield more clues. Meanwhile, Wang has told Aaliyah of a trader named Amadou on Renaki who claims to know about an observatory. It can't be the place Renba was after, could it? So, if I recall correctly, we have just reached, yes, the Citadel on Elboreth. Oh, we actually did not get up there this time. Oh. It will take us. Little bits of spoken ancient. Who knew? So here we are in the Catkis with some minor visual glitching apparently. Nobody remembers what the gate was built for. But this is where Aaliyah grew up. So, we have lots of possible directions to go. Let's start looking around. Have you lost robots up here before? What makes you ask that? I will take that as a yes. I don't actually know that I've explored all the places I can go up here, but there are fewer than I wish. Gate's been locked as long as I can remember. Key must have been lost somewhere. Roy and I used to climb over it. She is a graduate student in a sedentary profession. She is no longer spry enough to go climbing around. So we do have fruit sellers. We have Tapis and Orois are the options that it gave us. And we have back down to the God's Feet slums. Where are we going, mistress? Be quiet and keep up. Well, yeah, I have been wandering around. I just wanted to see if anything picked up. But let's head to Orois, because that's what I've been saying I want to do.
On Elborethian, you could buy anything, for any purpose.
Can't you tell what she's selling? What's on the platform? This is a slave market. Are you surprised? This is Elboreth. It's about as far from Iox as you can go. cannot be here. What's the problem? My ethical core is programmed against suffering. It does not differentiate by economic status. Mine is the same, 6. But there's nothing we can do. I'm compelled to spend a considerable number of cycles verifying that before I can accept it. Let's just keep moving. Try not to attract too much attention. Okay, the way to Toppies. Okay, the way to Oroy's is this way. We'll get that ethical core removed. I'm certain she could not remove it. That would be funny. You can wait here if you want. No, I cannot. This place causes me pain. It causes me pain too. The truth of the world is...
was my oldest friend. We'd grown up in the orphanage together. But I had left Elboreth and she had stayed.
So, I am going to pause for just a second because I really want to emphasize that slave market. The truth of the world is that if people can get away with it, they will sell other people. Other people's labor, other people's time, other people's lives. And this is not a problem of the past or even of some distant country. This is still happening all over the world. We just tell ourselves that it isn't. So, if that slave market made you uncomfortable, and it should, I want you to think real hard about prisons. I wonder how business is going. The alms tray looks pretty empty. Well, let's ring the doorbell, shall we? There's an answering clatter from behind the door. What do we do now? Now we wait for Oroy to finish whatever she's doing in there and come see who we are. Alright, what do you want? And there she is, our best friend from childhood. Oh, it's you! It's good to see you? It is it? She doesn't seem too happy to see us. You're here to dump another broken on me? I hope you can fix that robot. Sure. You made out like it was dented, not fried. What's wrong with this one? This one has memory problems. Can't remember being activated or anything before that. I understand this is quite normal. A core shouldn't forget anything unless instructed to, but it's certainly common. I guess people don't like recording machines following around. Can you get its memories back? Now I'm curious. Probably
We'd been
not.
friends. Once.
Remember, what we do is dangerous. But it wasn't that dangerous. Of course it wasn't. Only an enormous space storm 10 times the size of Elboreth. Did you even know if there was a river out? That's not the point. Then it should be the point. I've lost you once to Iox. I don't want to lose you again. I'm gonna show her the crown. 6 doesn't know about it. Is something wrong? What could be wrong? You rock up here after who knows how many months, raving about some new find. What could be wrong with that picture? Hello then, how are you? I would like to renew my friendship with Arroy. She seems cool. It's a personal matter. Let me be. I really would like her to look at the crown. Roy held the crown gingerly, like it was some kind of wounded animal. That's exactly the question. What is it? You want me to take it apart? Alright then. Take a look. I hope your time was sufficient. No, it wasn't, but I'll let you know what I find. I do want to ask her about her family. Oh, she has kids. What's happened to your daughter? My daughter thinks she's in love. Oh dear. Is she? She's a child. How old is she now? You know perfectly well how old she is, and she's not old enough. Well, I don't actually know. I'm gonna show her that little recording hoop. I mean, I'd rather talk to her and be her friend, but you know what? If we can talk to her about artifacts, needs something to project. It's badly made. Robots are beautifully... This is an Empire period copy of a robot. That's so cool. Okay, so did you ever fix that robot? No. Whatever lost out there was really gone. I ended up borrowing a few internals for my collection. Disgusting, says 6. What about the Catkis Gate? She'll probably like that. It takes weapons. Best way for you to get around it? No idea. I had a biscuit foil in my arm. It doesn't bother me. A what? Never mind. Don't trouble me, pretty.
Wow.
Oh, Roy. So you have a foil in your arm. It's not deep. It's only a small one. Nothing much, just enough for the gate to recognize you. I don't want to tell her to look after the treasure. I think she'll do that on her own. Well, hopefully that's good enough. So we can get some really interesting stuff out of that, I hope. That's just showing us leaving little cutscene. It's not actually put me back in control until we hit the slave mark again. Farwet? The name isn't Farwet. You look like a Farwet to me, and you brought Miyameke with you, a robot here. You've got keen eyes, traitor. Ha! The soapstone still has a spark. Tell me, soapstone. Who are you? What good are the metal things to anyone? Perhaps you're hoping to start a riot? I don't want to start an argument with you. Get off my moon and take that thing with you. I don't want to start an argument if I can leave. pretty sure she was just cursing me out. Pretty sure Farwet is some kind of insult in Ancient. Or rather, in Elborethian patois, that's what they call it. Farwet. Is there something wrong with the gate? No. It just says temperamental as editor. Walk with the goddess. Or die on Iox. I don't care. Doesn't matter how often I come back here. Once you've left, no one allows you to return. It was interesting to me that
To strangers, the Catkis is like a maze. But I'd spent 10 years tearing through these alleyways.
It's interesting to me that the trader seemed to imply that Farwet translates to
I
soapstone.
found my way to Tappies in the dark.
What's a rebescifoil? Have you never seen the internals of a robot, then? I have, but it wasn't labeled. Oh my. A rebescifoil is a small scrap of metal inscribed with enormous detail, like one of your fingerprints. But what's it for? In general, it's for storing information. Think of it as a book with small writing. Can you read it? Very small writing, mistress. What's yours for? I do not know exactly. Never tried removing it to see what I lose. Fascinating. Oh, this is not Tappies. Where's Tappies? Ah, it's across the way. We can't just talk to any person. But anyway, I do really wonder what... I lost a robot here. 3, that was its name. 1 minute it was with me, the next... I will be vigilant. You'll be alright. But apparently 3 wasn't the sharpest of tools. Oh boy, bot in chat. Please ignore. I'm gonna pause for half a second to try and moderate this chat, if I can figure out how. Okay. Hopefully that took care of it. Also, I did want to just say, you know, this sharp class divide across moons, this alienation that Aaliyah feels from even the place where she grew up, because she went to Iox, because she doesn't speak patois anymore, it's not unusual. This is more of the outcomes of colonialism and how academia interferes with that, academia as a process of colonialism. It doesn't have to be this way. But to return to the use of language, I just really find it interesting that soapstone is apparently the insult that they're throwing at her, what the trader said.
It's a very fragile rock, isn't it?
A very fragile rock. It's very soft and very easy to carve. I would guess that the comparison there is probably not about the color, but like you said, about how easily it wears away and how easily it changes its shape. So Farwet might be an insult for people who leave Elbereth, specifically people who've been shaped by Iox, but I don't know. We don't have enough context to say. You can guess, but you can't be sure, as with a lot of these things. The other thing that she said, Salehua, we do actually see that occasionally, and it does appear to be a curse word. So... let's go into Toppy's place. Isn't big, but it's a treasure trove. Hold it. Oh. But it's you. Welcome back to Elbereth, Moonflower. Give it back, Toppy. Whatever it is you took. I confess I only really saw the robot, but friends, as you know, are friends. So have your no doubt precious brooch back. That actually is kind of precious, so don't trust this man. It's a bit late for a warning, 6. 12 years too late.
Tappy's place was a little museum to junk. Pots and boxes, spoons and hooks and pocket knives.
So good to see you back on Elbereth. The rivers above grow dull when you're not with
And at
us.
the centre of it all was Tappy, grinning away like a skull in a bodysuit.
Don't flirt with me. I know perfectly well you don't mean it. That's what makes it so enjoyable. All of the flavor with none of the hangover. Listen, Toppy. Have you heard any rumors of sights? I could use a find. You know I did hear something. Something out in the fields. Here on Elbereth? That's what I heard. After all, isn't this where you found your pretty boat? They say something sent one of the field workers flying through the air. What exactly do they say? He hit something underground he shouldn't have with a scythe. Was he hurt? I should think so. He's taken straight back to the market, though. Didn't earn another scrap. Woof. Can't... You've got some kind of angle here, don't you? I tend to attract attention when I go for walks outside the walls, but no one's going to trouble you. You're from Iox. I'm from Elbereth. People from Elbereth don't have robot servants, my sweet. Be careful you don't get zapped yourself, of course. I tend not to attack my finds with scythes. No doubt, no doubt. How are Elberethians weathering things? Has it been so long with you were here? Perhaps it has. Anyway, our suffering is stable for the moment. Let's just talk artifacts. I don't need to know about his other customers. I want to trade him this coin. It's passable. Oh. They don't use money. But he'll give me something. Curved shard of hardboard from a hull. Look at the carving. Someone took time over this. It's been inscribed. Yes! Epigraphy time!
Da-da-da.
So if you're not familiar with the technique of bumping into someone in order to pick their pocket, that is what happened when we met Toppy here. I also wanted to point out that this is the only place we've seen where there are stairs built without a ramp for robots.
Mm-hmm.
That's why 6 had to wait outside no matter what they thought. It's a fragment of a longer phrase, clearly, but...
Is there any way to view the phrase?
No, it doesn't appear to be. Maybe in New Game Plus. Let's see. So...
Pray for fits very nicely in the middle.
Yeah. And that could be be goddess there, although it seems more like it's part of that verb in front. Oh, that's pray, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Do you want to talk about this presentation in terms of showing off puzzles?
Um,
Oh, never mind. We get all of it. I thought we weren't going to get everything, and I was going to talk about how it is a nice teaser for New Game Plus. That's a nice long word.
Yeah, and when I was saying you can't see the whole phrase, I meant like we can't not that we can't translate, but like I wanted to be able to transcribe it. Mm-hmm. So now that I can actually see the beginning of the phrase, please allow me a momentary pause.
No, the paws are over here, where Freya is.
Yes, but those are always there. This one is momentary.
Well, this is a chunky bit of word. I like that they're getting longer. I mean, we've gotten some long words before, but so this is what the end of that inscription is, if you didn't get that.
Okay.
Okay, so we have blank, pray for blank. So persony glyph dot possessive something.
Way.
Sorry, what?
I mean the
S shape one?
it's sort of like way or go or something like that.
Okay. And then we have
Go stars or high.
yeah, so we have been talking about that as being high up because you basically are like circling the top of the glyph. This is just how I think of it. I'm not sure if that's what the creator of the language intended, but I do like the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly it's been borne out before.
So it being a person, so it's probably acolytes or sailors, but given the emphasis on motion.
Yeah.
I am inclined.
So person of going high. Sailors?
Yeah, that's my...
Oh, that's interesting. It says that another meaning of this could be citizen. That is something you would not get in real epigraphy, is that web of connections without knowing what the word is already. Definitely that string of association happens, but it happens sort of in the processing of words you've already figured out. Like if you happen to know that that means sailors, but see it often in the context of, people who live in an empire or a city, then you would say, oh, maybe this is a common way to refer to the citizens of the empire or the city. But you wouldn't just be like, oh, well, these things are associated. That makes sense. You wouldn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one we've got abstract, and then...
I believe that's an modifier marker, and then water.
And the water glyph.
And it's similar to value, except that we have the modifier marker in the middle of it.
I was thinking it's more similar to quickly, and it might be associated with speed.
Oh yeah, that I guess speed is the quality of water.
Yeah, you see those hope and wish. That can sometimes make sense. But since we don't know either quickly or value for sure, this could be wrong. But let's see what she thinks. Sailors pray for speed. Ooh. It's roughly the same age as the coin. I don't think I've seen anything like it before. Ooh, new sight. So if you've seen the merchandise, yeah, Yeah, I'll trade that. I'll show him another artifact. What else have we got? Oh, no more trades. Okay. Well, let's ask him about who buys this stuff, I guess. Respectable people and a few Elborethian rats like me. But why do they want it? What good does it do? Different reasons. Some are collectors, rich types. I think money hurts them, so they spend it quickly. Oh, there is money. We just never use it. Prostate problems, they leak money. You mean you fleece them? I provide a service. Purchasing experience. I'm paid for my time. Thanks, Toppy. Always a pleasure. Okay, see you later, Toppy. You weirdo. Don't get any less marvelous. You are in one piece. You still have all your teeth. We have one new artifact to consider. Shall we leave now, mistress? We could follow up on the lead that Toppy gave us about the poor guy in the slave market. Oh, I took too long. And now my options are gone. That's what happens. Alright, so let's pause. I'll ask Tortoise and chat for opinions. Where do you think we should go now? Should we go back to the slave market and try to buy that poor sucker with a broken arm? Should we proceed to one of the artifact sites or to Renaki to follow up on the observatory lead?
Do we know how much stuff we have?
How much stuff we have?
Like, in terms of what we have available to trade?
Oh, well, we got some more dialogue. Let's see. This is just inscriptions. We have solvable inscriptions. Apparently that one we had done correctly and just haven't seen in a while. Same. Same. Guess we have confirmed a lot of words since I last looked at this. It's good to go through it every once in a while. Okay. But I don't think we have anything other than
So we don't have an inventory.
In terms of an inventory, we do have some sites on our map that we have not seen. Oh, hi Steve, how you doing? Glad you made it. They chose such a lush place for a graveyard because of the death goddess. They were going by the gods. That's a cool observation. How many moons are there in the Iox Protectorate? 23. Don't think we'll see 23 moons. But let's look again at this map. Not that. So, shall we go and try and buy someone from the slave market to to get some details about that find on Elbereth. Should we head to a new site? Should we head to Renaki to ask for Trader Amadou? You have an opinion, Steve?
I mean, given the way things are, I would probably tend towards going and getting the laborer who was in the accident.
Okay. Let's see about it. Yeah, Steve agrees with you. That's too many moons to manage. There are no threats at present. That no doubt eases the situation. I do hate interacting with the slave market. It's just evil. Is one of them injured? They all seem intact. This place turns my stomach too. Might have ended up there if it hadn't been for Miari. I heard one of your laborers was injured. Went to... Oh. So... How'd it happen? Carelessness. I'm never hiring to an Ioxian again. Your kind doesn't show respect. An Ioxian hired from you. And broke one of them. Do you know who it was? Called himself Renba. Renba was here? He's not welcome here. Renba was a customer? You know he was. You can tell him I won't be intimidated. What did he do? Brought one of my men back with a broken arm. I chased him out of the yard. I want to talk to him. You want to hire one of my stock? What's the laborer's name, please? Whatever you like, thanks. How much to ask him some questions? Yep, listen, curse word. Your Ioxian friend shattered my man's. Bits are swimming around his skin. He's never going to work again. Like his leather, you're the last chance he's got to. Name a price. I'll offer her something small. So we have a shard of a pendant, a silver charm. Oh, what do we have that's valuable? Just the brooch. So let's offer a silver charm. See what she thinks. Seem better, but I'll need more to cover it. Shard of crystal pendant. Ugh. Do you know how old the charm is? Maybe we can... Okay, I guess we've got the brooch and that's all. Should we do it? I think we should do it.
Yeah.
6, this is not the time. I don't even know why this is an issue. I wish I hadn't handed over all 3, but that's okay. Okay, Yazi is the man's name. Go and greet your buyer. Poor Yazi. Micus. Let's make one thing clear. You're free. As you say, Micus. Good luck, Farwet. Your name's Yazi? Let's just... Means better. Oh boy, I'm not your better. So, you were hired by a man from Ajax to dig something up in the fields. You were not digging on Elbereth. Do not think anyone will hire me as I am now. Where did Renba have you working? Sailed to a moon. Elbereth was visible in the skies. Nothing else there, but he made us dig. We found something. What did you dig up? I don't know. You had just uncovered a spar of wood and then the winch fell on me. I was brought back here. Wood, not metal? No. Not robots, then. Can you find Renba's moon again? I think so. I think so, yes. But not on a map. I will need to fly with you. Do you want to go back there? No, never. But I will help you. What was he looking for? What did he find? Do you know? I do not. I was hurt before he found anything. I'll take you to Ajax if you want. Do not want to sit around. I want to work. You could work on Ajax? Oh, fine. Is there anywhere you want to go? What can I do? Only so many options. I guess Yazi's coming with us now that we've fought him. Yeah, let's go. So now to catch up on chat while we're zapping. So Steve says he went to Renaki the other night on his new game +8 and found a new bit about robots. There's so many things to find out in this game. It's amazing that you could have been testing this game and still be finding new things. And yeah, I imagine talking to the trader was a pain. I don't actually mind giving up the brooch, honestly. I don't... Maybe it was a bad idea, but we'll gather more items as we go. Okay, so let's continue. I'm not sure I actually met Yazi in my first playthrough of this game.
Yeah, I think it was in our New Game Plus that we didn't finish.
Ah.
I think we got to this point and you didn't want to give up, or didn't have enough things to give up.
Could be. He keeps saying us. What makes it so hard to find? It's a rock in a sea of rocks. But I know which rock. I mean, that's fair. You don't have to come if you don't want to. Okay. Why are you helping me? You see through me, of course. Please understand I was strong, very strong. Now no one will ever hire me again. I just want to work, no more than that. I don't have work for you. I barely have work for me. You do today, we will see about tomorrow when it comes. Okay? Oh, wow.
What?
So Steve says that you can actually convince the merchant to let you talk to Yazi for free. I did not know that. It does seem like it would be difficult. Let's go. Straight on. I guess that means to the right. So do all Ioxians get given robots, Micus? Are they attached to you as children, perhaps? I'm not on Iax, I'm from Elboreth. Sure. My mistake. Disregard the next turning, which is actually easier to do than what he considers straight. We're going the right way? I do not know. He didn't let us look out the window. I don't really know how that's supposed to work. Okay, we're in the vicinity. We have another of these rivers that seem to be coming apart, with these particles of ice floating out into the air from them, or into the void from them. Oh, well, I guess there's not much of a different way. So the conversation with her is like a combat in the first Monkey Island, sparring with words to get her to almost like you. Wow, you can get her to almost like you? That's fascinating. I'm gonna have to try that at some point.
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon. Nothing but dust and towering stone.
This is it. This is quite remarkable. This is actually worse than Elboreth. Much worse, Miameke. It's our home you're talking about, Six. His home, mistress. Merely your birthplace. You did well to leave. You didn't leave Elboreth. Professor Miari scooped me out of an orphanage and carried me away. Now you have done the same for me. What would Renba be looking for out here? There's nothing we can see. Just mountains of sand. Won't find any buildings here, they'd be buried. There are none. So can we leave too? No? Is it dangerous here? Yes. Sand is too soft, things fall over. Yeah, we could have guessed that. Oh, so you can see the nightingale from here, huh? Which way, Yazzie? Follow me. Okay, let's just follow him. I do not believe he's being honest with you. There's something here he wishes to retrieve. What's that? Bless the rivers.
There were tents, carts, ropes and platforms. Renba must have had an army working here. And yet he had left it all behind. Just like that.
Here's what we did for him, Mikeys. The pit we dug is within, and it is deep. What were you digging for? He did not say, but he showed no mercy. None. So all this was built before Renba went to Mercy. How did he find this place? He can't have just stumbled across it. And why was he looking for anything anyway? So there are a couple of places where you can go and take screenshots with your ship, apparently. That's pretty cool. Whoa. That camera shift made me lose track. He used workers in shift a few weeks and then changed. The work was hard, the air is thin. What was he looking for? Why go to all this effort? You keep asking that question. Having a little bit of trouble being sure of where I am in relation to things. Okay, I think this is a wall. That's fine. Heavy cart. Transporting rubble. We dug deep into the rock below. That's the same question. Stop that. Aha! There's something etched into the metal. Here we go! End of a longer line of text. The beginning looks pretty clear. Together we are, and then some kind of adjective, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Confirmation of a new word.
So, adjective, thing, all or many, and yeah, I think the only treasures is the only other place we've seen that sign.
I think it might be part of the radical for place. Like, I think it might be rock or land. But that doesn't really help us here. It's clearly being used in an abstract sense.
So yeah, I would guess either strong or free.
Yeah, just in terms of context, together we are safe is not really a thing that you would find on a minecart. Together we are one. This is not that kind of word. So that leaves strong or free, and based on it being a minecart, I'm going to say strong.
Mm-hmm.
So this is heavy equipment. What's it doing out here? He got it from Elboreth? Probably comes from a mine or a quarry. It's probably quite old. It must have taken weeks to set this all up. Was it worth it, Renba? Did you find what you were looking for? What else have we got out here? I could just click X and let her walk that way for me, but building his own little kingdom? Has he got a garrison under there? No, you know what was under there. Well, I mean, in terms of, like, it was a dig, not a garrison. Some of these lines of dialogue make more sense when you don't have Yazi with you. Yazi's 34 and began working in the market when he was 8. 34. He could have been at the orphanage with me and Oroy. An orphanage would have been a luxury. My parents sold me to her. Are your parents still alive? No. mining cart. Is there something on this? Yes, there is. More etchings.
Okay.
We've got the same word, for sure. And our little snake and. Oh, hey. I guess we were right. Even she thinks of it as a little squiggly thing. Love it. Okay, so we've got modifier marker, place or rock, and then ending.
Yeah. It's very similar to strong, so I don't get why that one gets an ending and the other one didn't, but
Yeah, I've not figured out why some words get an end marker. Maybe it's just when they're only one meaningful character long.
Could be.
Steve says Aaliyah thinks her start in life was hard. Yazi shows it wasn't. I mean, yes and no. They're still struggles, even if they aren't the worst struggles that could happen. If you go inside, then you will understand. What is that dot? Is an opening somewhere? Around the back. Oh, I had it for a second. Nah. Stop that. More tents. Is that where you slept up there? It's empty now, of course. They all cleared out. Or is it? Can I go up there? I don't actually know. It's a stiff climb and there's nothing there. How do you know there's nothing there, Yazi? You weren't here when they left. Because we were digging over there. If we really want to know what they leave behind. Take your time, weak Ioxian. Is there something up here? Yes. I bet there is. There she is. What's going on, Yezi? I'm leaving. Just like your Ioxian friend did. Renba wasn't my friend. Nor mine. You brought us here to get her? Why didn't you just tell me? Ioxian left her here. You cannot trust Ioxian. We're leaving now with your ship. Without you, someone will come for you, I'm sure. You can't strand me here. Well, they can, but they could try. Your man showed us no kindness. He wasn't my man. I didn't even know him. Been here too long already. I guess I have to say this. It doesn't have to be like this.
There was no reply.
I mean, I want to look around. 2 Elborethians are in the process of doing to your ship. Whoa, whoa, that is fucking rude. And apparently we don't get to stay. 6 has opinions that I disagree with.
Wow.
Why? What? Yes, you'll have to. Really? You came back for us. Of course I did. You would have come back for me. Or sent someone in the end. What are we going to do with you? There's nowhere in the nebula for us. On Elboreth we are slaves. I'll have to return to the market. I'm owned. I don't want to choose for you. I want you to choose for yourself. You want to go to Renaki? Okay. I can take you to Renaki. 6 charter course. Okay, I wasn't expecting to go to Renaki today. Or rather, I should say, I wasn't expecting to go to Renaki next time, because it is 4 o'clock and I'm afraid that is our end time. Steve, thank you so much for being here. Those of you who are watching and not in chat, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next Saturday to find out what the deal is with Renaki. Be well, friends. Keep learning.